Many months later.
I'm suing the airline and I'm suing SAPS. So on what grounds is to answer your question. I was appalled and I'm still appalled. I think that's why people end up committing suicide. That is why people end up, I'm happy that even now there's so much content that has come out in like your Netflix and stuff where people are actually understanding the danger of like social media and how people can just cyberbully you and stuff without verification. Especially for my employer also, which is the South African Broadcasting Corporation of this country. How dare they?
Let's talk about the SABC for just 1 second. They released a media statement saying that they denounce your behavior and also you did bring the corporation into disrepute. They said that they were launching an investigation. How far is that investigation? As much as you know, what is the formal communication? Are you back at work?
They have fired me. They have fired me without doing an investigation. They have fired me without even giving me a phone call. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And that is why I'm saying that I'm appalled, because the SABC, their code of conduct, is approved by the board. The board reports to the cabinet. The cabinet reports to the president. So how dare they do this, which is very like unethical. It's not even according to like the Labor Relations Act. I'm appalled. They released a statement saying that, yes, I'm their employee and they've contacted me, they're going to talk. They've never even given me a call till today. But not only that, Masechaba, I'm just so appalled. They call themselves the South African Broadcasting Impartial Independent, but then they're the ones that fueled and put fire into those videos. I never said I work for the SABC. When I stood up after those girls attacked me, and
you actually implied that you worked for the SABC.
No, I didn't.
In the clip, I've seen all of the clips that have been released in the public domain.
You must watch the clip again, Masechaba. Okay. I never. After they attacked me, after I was mad, and I stood up.
You said that this clip, your exact words were that this, you'll make sure that it gets onto SABC News.
No, I didn't say I will make sure.
Implying.
So I stood up.
What did you say? Okay, tell us what you said.
So I mentioned, I was so upset, and I said, do you know who my father is? Which again, unfortunately, trended because people thought that I was making myself all better. But I was trying to summarize the fact that I grew up in a media home. I grew up in and I understand that the severity of the case, trying to make these girls to understand that whatever that they've done.
Why was that important?
It was important for me to say, because I had mentioned several times when they were attacking me, when you see the beginning of how the video started, I tell them that this is against the law. This is illegal. That's why I even take that thing.
What is illegal?
After them, they strangled me. They tried to put cable tires. How do you put cable tires on a woman that was sitting right on the window seat? The fact that they were pinned, like they pinned me, Masechaba, to a point where I saw clouds. You know when a man hits you, let's say when you're sitting in a car and you're driving around in the hood. Imagine now you're up in the air, turbulence and everything, and people have your face pinned on the... Now, how was I a danger?
But to be fair, now we have to be balanced. Now the airline safety regulations state that they have to try and diffuse any situation that could be a threat to themselves or to...
There's a group of aviation lawyers that just also came up on Twitter and started making facts. But said, no. First of all, look at this. They even they make circulations of different things. This girl was seated. Where did the cable tires come in? Who were those men? Who authorized that, Masechaba?
We could see you violently, physically attacking a crew member. You threw, I don't know if it's a can.
It was a can of cold drink. You see now, it was after they were all over me. They had been all over me. They had attacked me. So for me to try to
look like they were all over you after you had become antagonistic in that situation.
No. It was for me to throw that thing. To be honest, it's because it was I was trying. I got into. I've never understood when people say it was an out-of-body experience. I was almost Would
you say you were not in your right mind?
I wouldn't say I was not in my right mind, but I think the shock, because there's a part where you also see me laughing there and I'm actually making a stupid lie. That one I must say, I don't even know what was happening. I was so angry that for me to throw that thing, it was to push them away because you see them.
I'll be very honest with you. It sounds like you are shifting the blame to everybody else.
Yes.
Do you take any accountability?
Yes, I do. Like I said, I do take accountability for what I said in terms of the colored community. I apologize. But secondly, I must actually highlight this also. I could have handled it better. You see, that one, I'm not going to lie. I could have handled it better. But because, like I say, I was so traumatized. If they had come out, Masechaba, like I said, and said, okay, I was unruly, whatever, I would have apologized. But you do not come and say, I was fighting for the last glass of alcohol. Never. There's no sane person who would act the way that I was acting in that plane for a glass of alcohol. I refuse. So
now, firstly, it was alleged that you boarded that flight intoxicated. Let's start here. What happened?
Well, the flight, I think, took off from King Shaka International Airport in Durban, 8:30 in the evening on the 26th of December, which was Boxing Day. And then we were due to land in Cape Town International Airport at 10:30. I was not intoxicated. We did arrive at the airport. My partner and I went to the Slow Lounge. We ordered some dinner, and I think we had like 1 or 2 drinks, and that was it, which is what some of the media people have used in terms of the picture to actually write articles insinuating that
the
we were
picture
drunk.
that you posted drinking in the Slow Lounge.
Yes, the picture where we were like, cheers guys, happy new year, you know, we all are headed to 2025 because it was just literally after Christmas, and that was it. So having a drink or 2 at the Slow Lounge while you're waiting to board, I don't think that is considered being drunk to start off with. The aeroplanes themselves, or should I say, they serve alcohol inside the aeroplane. So if you are drunk, I think you are considered to not be able to conduct yourself, or you can't walk, or you can't, you know. But everybody, you know, after you've checked in, you sit down, you have a sandwich, you have a glass of champagne, and then you board. So that does not qualify as being drunk. I was not at all. Yeah.
Disagreement stemming from the type of drink that you wanted?
Yes, the disagreement actually stemmed from the fact that she refused to sort of like give me an option of what I wanted, or to actually serve me. When you're at a restaurant, for instance, at Spur, for instance, and they serve you your steak or they serve you your ribs and they're not done properly, you've got the right as a customer and as a consumer, like sales 101, everybody knows the customer is always right.
But to be fair, you know that cabin crew members are actually licensed safety officers. They just happen to serve drinks.
Yes. That is why I then said to her, can I have the menu then? Because you cannot be telling me what I must have. Because she was insisting to say, no, have this. Then she went to the back, you know, of the plane, like the cockpit and stuff. So I thought to myself, okay, maybe she's going to get the menu and maybe she's going to check the different options and she'll come back and let me know. The next thing, she came back with the other air hostesses, and then the attack started, and then there was the back and forth, and then there was, so that's basically what happened.
What was the attack, and what was the prelude to the attack? What do you think?
They started insulting me. They started shouting. They started talking.
Who's and then
it was the 3 hostesses, like the air hostesses. Yeah, it was the tall girl, and then the other 2. The other 2 air hostesses. And then there was just like a spat. You know how women would actually be fighting over a man, or like a kind of catchy fight. And I was just like overwhelmed, and everybody was like, oh, and that's when I was like, but you cannot do that. You can. Then they were like, no. Then there was a back and forth, the noise, the voice.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Yes, you heard that right. The entire fight started over a drink Nobuntu wanted, or because a flight attendant refused to serve her. She denies being drunk on a flight to Cape Town last December. Do you believe her? Maybe it's just me, but she couldn't convincingly explain her nasty behavior and contradicted herself multiple times, claiming the disagreement was about the type of drink she wanted, while also accusing FlySAfair of lying about her fighting for the last glass of alcohol. She claims that SABC fired her over an incident that occurred outside SABC premises and didn't even investigate, yet she's the one that referenced SABC or implied working for SABC during that fight or chaos in that flight. Honestly, she would have been better off staying quiet. People forgot about this incident, they've moved on. Or releasing a solid PR statement apologizing immediately after the incident. But since she decided to give an exclusive, then vulnerability and accountability would have been much better in that interview. In actual fact, if she resorted to vulnerability and accountability from the word go, from day one, maybe she would have maintained some of the connections. Now she's talking about suing the airline and SABC. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Please support the channel by liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching.